This is KGW News at Sunrise.
We start this morning with breaking news. In just the past hour, it was announced that Prince Philip, the husband of the Queen and the patriarch of the Great Britain royal family, has died. We're going to bring you the latest this morning from London.
I feel badly for them because they've been struggling and now they have to start all over again.
Taking a step backwards, risk levels rising today for 6 Oregon counties. Today, restaurants have to scale back again. The impact to business and morale as Oregon sees COVID cases ticking back up.
Plus, are you using too much tech? Work from home and being socially distant has driven many of us to our technology. How reconnecting with the real world takes practice and patience as we navigate this new normal. We have that story coming up this morning in just 15 minutes. And then a special guest on Sunrise Extra, Dr. Doreen, will be here to answer your questions live.
I have another piece of good news, Brenda and Nina. We've made it to Friday. It's one thing, though, to make it to Friday. It's another thing to actually get through to Friday. So helping us with that this morning is Joseph Ranieri, filling in again for Rod Hill. Hey there, Joe.
Hey, good morning to you guys. And we are starting off with some pretty cold temperatures throughout much of the metro area and some areas of frost as well. But heading into the later part of the day, we are going to be seeing a nice end to the work week. Right now, we're looking at temperatures this morning in the upper 30s. The closer you get into downtown Portland will be a little bit warmer, but the farther away you get, let's say parts of Washington County, you're looking at temperatures in the low 30s. Beaverton 32 at this hour, 31 in Hillsborough and King City. And coming up in just a couple minutes, you guys, I'll talk more about the weekend forecast and the warmer temperatures I have in place heading into the early part of next week.
Sounds good, Joe. Thank you. We want to get to the big breaking news this morning. The royal family announcing just about an hour ago that Prince Philip has died. A statement from the palace says he passed early this morning. The Duke of Edinburgh served by Queen Elizabeth's side for 65 years, officially retiring from public life in 2017 because of ongoing health issues. Prince Philip left the hospital in March after a month-long stay for an infection and heart treatment. No word yet on funeral arrangements or memorials right now. Prince Philip was 99 years old.
Our top local story this morning is the rising COVID case numbers in Oregon that has 6 counties returning to the high risk level today. Among the 6 counties, 2 big ones, Multnomah and Clackamas. So this means restaurants, bars, and gyms have to cut indoor capacity in half, from 50% back down to 25%. And needless to say, Brenda, going backwards is not what any local business wants to deal with right now.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, we talked to the owner of the Fields Bar and Grill in the Pearl. Jim Rice says it was just the worst during the pandemic. He went from like 21 employees to just 3. Now he has 16 working, but he worries about them and everyone else in the bar and restaurant business.
I am more concerned about the impact that's happening on the bartender, the servers, the cooks, the people that live paycheck to paycheck all across our industry.
It's not clear how long we'll stay in the high risk level. Health officials are watching to see if the rise in COVID cases is temporary.
Several counties in Washington are also at risk of increased COVID restrictions. Right now, the entire state of Washington is under phase 3, so that means indoor spaces there, like restaurants and gyms, have been able to increase capacity from 25% to 50%. But on Monday, this coming Monday, Governor Jay Inslee will announce whether some counties will have to roll back again to phase 2. This is again because of rising COVID cases. Most of the counties at risk, you can see here on this map, they are in central and eastern Washington, but Cowlitz County is also on that list.
Now look at the latest COVID numbers around our area because Oregon is quickly approaching 850,000 people fully vaccinated. That is close to 20% of the population. An additional 500,000 people have received 1 dose. In Washington, more than 1.6 million people are fully vaccinated. That's 21%. The state is also moving toward 950,000 with their first dose. And a local nonprofit is now helping people in the BIPOC community get those shots. A humanitarian relief agency called Medical Teams International is holding clinics at Mount Olivet Baptist Church in North Portland. The agency is partnering with the Oregon Health Authority, Providence, and Regents Blue Cross Blue Shield. Together, they're focused on getting the vaccine to people in the BIPOC community, the uninsured, the unhoused, and those with mobility challenges.
If you could see what I could see inside with our members going through, just so excited, it would absolutely fill your heart with joy.
We're not safe until we're all safe. And to know that we can get to vulnerable communities that might not get vaccinated is just, it's very, very gratifying for me and our whole team.
So their goal is to vaccinate about 120 people at every event they host. They had a couple events over the past few days. There's another one coming this weekend.
Let's get to 3 more things to know about the COVID vaccine this morning. Number 1, of the hundreds of thousands of fully vaccinated people in Oregon, 168 have dealt with what are called breakthrough COVID cases. So that's when someone tests positive for the virus even though they are fully vaccinated. 3 fully vaccinated Oregonians have also died. Health officials say this is a reminder that no vaccine is 100% effective. Number 2, the supply of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is about to drop significantly in Oregon. 60,000 doses of the J&J vaccine arrived this week, but health officials say we're only getting 8,000 next week, and then the week after that, it'll be down to 2,000. Johnson & Johnson had a problem in one of its factories on the East Coast, and that caused 15 million doses to be tossed out. This certainly has affected the entire country's supply of the J&J vaccine. And number 3, the University of Washington is heading up a study looking at how effective the vaccine is long-term. They say it'll also test for how the vaccines will do against the mutating COVID-19 variants. So far, Moderna and Pfizer have both said their vaccine's protection lasts at least 6 months. Now, they say at least 6 months because they only have data that goes that long. It's such a new vaccine, of course, that it's been less than a year since it was developed, so tests are still going on. And those are 3 things to know about the COVID vaccine this morning.
A lot of people in Portland are talking about the city's almost $6 million plan to tackle gun violence. We talked about it here on Sunrise all morning yesterday. Here's what the city council approved. The plan is $5.9 million, and none of that money goes to police. Most of it, about $4 million, goes to community groups and nonprofits working with neighborhoods hardest hit by the violence. $1.4 million will go to hire 24 unarmed park rangers. They'll patrol Portland parks around the clock. No surprise, a lot of you at home have questions about that, and our Maggie Vespa got some answers.
Between the story inbox and our chat on Sunrise Extra, we got a ton of questions about Portland's plan to tackle gun violence. So let's dive right in. Scott's question is sure to grab some attention. He asked, oddly enough, it seems I have not heard of many shootings occurring in parks. Can you tell us the percentage? We sent this to the Portland Police Public Information Team, and we got a response within minutes. Lieutenant Greg Pashley wrote, quote, from July 1st, 2020 through March 28th, 2021, approximately 2.84% of shooting incidents in Portland occurred in parks. Put another way, he wrote, there were approximately 917 shooting incidents during that time period. Approximately 26 took place in a park. Less than 3%. Now, just to make sure you have as much context as possible, I responded and asked police if maybe shootings happened near parks, like across the street, and just weren't recorded in their system as being in a park. We also asked perhaps if some started with a conflict in a park and then traveled elsewhere, and that's where shots were actually fired. Police didn't have that context. So that in mind, we sent that stat over to every city commissioner and the mayor's office. And we asked, if less than 3% of shootings since last summer have happened in parks, why is the city putting more than $1 million into hiring park rangers to combat gun violence? Especially given that Wednesday, the chief of police said the bureau is stretched way too thin and officers are overwhelmed with these shootings. And we got a statement back from Parks Commissioner Carmen Rubio's office. It said, quote, the core goal of this plan was to direct resources so as to prevent situations from escalating to shootings. Parks are a key social space for our community. Rangers provide a helpful and reassuring presence and again can catch situations before they escalate to greater violence. And Wednesday, the mayor stressed that while no new money is going toward police, there will be a restructuring of the bureau to put more officers on gun violence wherever shootings occur.
Maggie Vespa, KGW News.
Leaders are taking steps on a federal level, too. President Biden announced 6 new executive orders. They include moves to restrict weapons known as ghost guns. Those are weapons that can be assembled at home from kits, and they don't have serial numbers. The president is also trying to make it easier for people to flag family members in crisis and temporarily block them from buying guns. He says these changes are not meant to impose on anyone's Second Amendment rights. He believes they'll curb mass shootings, suicides, and domestic violence. The president is urging Congress to do more in the coming months.
Okay, here's something that makes me jealous. A Hillsborough man is waking up with a lot more money in his bank account. He won a $3.9 million Megabucks jackpot. He matched all 6 numbers in the drawing this week.
I first heard about this, Nina, yesterday in the newsroom. Sitting on the other side of the newsroom, I heard you yell from your desk, hey, some Hillsborough guy won the lottery. Now, we don't know a whole lot about him other than the fact that he must be a pretty good dad because he split his winnings with his son. He gave his son $1 million. And then he kept the rest. So they both took the lump sum option here. That winning ticket, by the way, was bought at the Safeway store on TV Highway.
Oh, wow. Okay, I don't begrudge him, but if one of you two won, I would be super jealous. All right, let's bring in Joe Ranieri. He's here on a Friday for us. Tell us about that weekend forecast.
Hey, good morning to you, Brenda. It's not $1 million forecast, but let's call it $50,000. How's that? If that makes you feel any better. Yeah, we are going to be seeing some pretty cold conditions out there to start things off this morning. Areas of frost, so you might want to grab an extra layer as you head out on your morning commute or run some morning errands. On the radar, though, we're not picking up any clouds. We're just going to see that ridge of high pressure build throughout a good part of the day, and we'll see sunny skies basically once we get into the sunrise all the way into the later part of the afternoon. Changes will start to move on shore late tonight and into tomorrow. So as we look at the futurecast, we'll go throughout the later part of the day. You can see clear skies pretty much throughout most of the day and into the morning. And then by temperatures, we'll be topping out in the upper 50s. And then for tomorrow, temperature of 54 degrees, low 60s for Sunday with more areas of frost. And then much of next week is going to be sunny and really pleasant with temperatures right around the low 70s. And next Friday, a week from today, we could be looking at temperatures in the mid, maybe the upper 70s in a few spots. Back to you guys.
Ooh, I love the sound of that. Thank you, Joe. You know, a lot of us have been using our phones, streaming apps, social media accounts way more during quarantine. So coming up in our week-long series, The New Normal, our Dr. Doreen talks about the impact that has on our mind. Hear her advice for how to start dialing back some of that doom scrolling.
Ugh, I hate that word, doom scrolling. Then later in the show, we'll have some fun ideas for things you can do this weekend, from dinosaurs to art and roller skating.
Before we hit the break, though, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, my.
Hello still, Nina. Make her go away. Thank you, Director Brian. Sorry, Nina.
Friday. It's Friday.
Love the face, but I really want to get to Feel Good Friday.
Sure.
We want to hear the best thing that happened to our viewers this week. Some of you already chiming in. We heard from Trish Tally Spielman. She says the best thing for her this week, we got our second vaccinations and spent Easter with 4 family members. She says it was a fantastic day. I liked this one from a viewer named Thomas. He says, I went to see a movie at an actual movie theater. I fired back and said, which one? I was just curious. He said it was the Century 16 Theater in Beaverton. So there you go.
Which movie?
Oh, that would have been a good second question, too. Which movie?
That's what I'm interested in.
Here's another question. What is the best thing that happened to you this week? You can share your comments simply by texting us, and that's the text number right there, 503-226-5088.